going on, people? It's your boy Infamous, and today we're diving more into Marvel Avengers. Now, I am still riding that high of the amazing War Table stream that we got earlier today, but today what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to break down the trailers that we got. They were absolutely amazing, but there might be some small Easter eggs we may have missed, as some of the cast and crew have actually been saying there's some Easter eggs you guys may have missed. Go check them out and see if you can find them. So we're going to break down a couple of these trailers today in this video. So if you guys are brand new to the channel, brand new to the content, I want you guys to please like up the video, share your love for the channel, and subscribe today and be in the loop for all Marvel Avengers news. So if you guys are ready, let's jump right into it with the MODOK trailer. Now this was freaking epic. It was absolutely dope. Right now I have this playing at a slower speed for us and the volume's low. So of course it kicked off with the Marvel's logo, kind of zooms out with the standard Marvel's logo and gives us a great little cutscene of everyone kind of at the statue of Captain America, and we get another great glimpse of Kamala Khan looking, oh my goodness, or Kamala Khan for some who haven't corrected me, I do apologize, but she looks absolutely amazing. And you get a great little cutscene of her displaying her powers and kind of running for the first time. It looks like as we're having a brief voiceover from, I believe it sounds like MODOK. So she uses her big powers, pushes off one of the guys, and of course it looks like it tracks her and finds out that, hey, there's an Inhuman here. So it looks like we get a great sequence at some point in the game of her escaping some of the aimbots. So you'd be playing this kind of escaping, so you have mud on you and dirt, and it's really cool that you get that environmental look on you. So she's going through the sewer system that way. You get to pretty much not be seen by them, which is gonna be a great kind of stealth mission in a way. It looks like at some point you'll be caught, or either there'll be a sequence if you do get caught, what will happen. Then of course we get a small little snippet back to Egg Day, which is an iconic trailer at this point. We've seen this so many freaking times. At this point I'm glad to see it, but I'm so glad we got some brand new stuff to see. So we get some actual visuals of other Inhumans. This game is actually really revolved around Inhuman characters, or just people who have Inhuman type powers. And of course it looks like one of our main adversaries to go against, as far as kind of like a minion format, will be the Adaptoids. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And I've seen these characters actually before in a mobile game, and I forget the name of the mobile game, but I have a picture of the mobile game and the Adaptoids in that game. It's just a mobile game that I actually have here on my phone. I'm pretty sure I could find it really quick. Yes, it's gonna be Marvel Champions. I know that I've actually fought some before in that game, so this is really cool to see them come to life right here within the MODOK trailer. So I love it. They look great. They look very high tech, which I could imagine them being made by AIM, so that looks really cool. You'll see different scientists working on them, and of course it looks like they are testing out different Inhumans powers, as this person can duplicate herself, which is actually a really cool power, by the way. That's actually really dope. This guy here is a cryomancer, if I'm correct. It looks like kind of like the Sub-Zero ice thing going on, and we get another sequence of her escaping. Now really quickly, I want to add a quick thing in there, because someone was asking a question earlier in my stream. That right there is Black Widow, without a doubt. That's her weapons right there. That's her. That's Black Widow all day, every day. It looks like a standard stealth costume, or some costume we haven't seen yet, but this right here is Black Widow, hitting her with a stun gun and taking her. So it looks like that's how you'll kind of meet Black Widow. And then of course we get a small cutscene, again, overview of MODOK talking about how she escaped and he did it wrong. Then we get our first glimpse at MODOK, not in the chair, not the super big head, but kind of still in his human form, but parts are starting to grow and shrink and stuff like that. But his head is enormous. But our first look at MODOK as the main antagonist of the game, of the Avengers. This is actually a really fantastic idea, and I love this so freaking much that we get to get MODOK. We don't see him in many medias for Avengers nowadays, and I think this is a great way to use this character more. So of course she's gonna escape. Actually, it looks like, no, I was actually wrong. That wasn't a Black Widow who actually stunned her. It looks like it was actually this AIM character here, because if you can see, the costume looks pretty much the same as far as the fabric that hit her with the stun weapon. So it looks like she escapes using her embiggen powers. And of course we get this cutscene of her traversing around here, getting to the new helicarrier, which you will be rebuilding in the game to essentially work as your main epicenter for your missions and everything like that. we get a great glimpse of bearded Bruce Banner. Oh my goodness, he looks so dope. I love it. The man's got the full beardy going on. He looks super cool. I like it. Gives her the format with all the schematics and all the information that she found on AIM and then working on Inhumans. It looks like we get a small glimpse of kind of where Iron Man's kind of hiding out at this little kind of old school mansion. Maybe it's a property that he owns and he's staying in this kind of building stuff or using it for his laboratory or lab, whatever you want to say. Then we get a great glimpse of long hair Iron Man, which is definitely a bit different from the classic Iron Man that we do know and love and see in the MCU or even the comics. So we get a glimpse. It actually looks like Captain America was set up. Now that's a twist. That's a crazy twist. He was actually set up by someone who was actually on the helicarrier, who was kind of seemed to be a friend or a fellow scientist. Then we, of course, we do get civilian volunteer Thor, which you see in different clips of, different screenshots of, and now we do have official full-length gameplay of him in this attire, kind of donning his alias within the comics. So D Blake right here, if you're not too familiar, they did talk about it earlier in the stream, but if I can pull the source material, I'll pull it here on the screen for you guys. Absolutely fantastic. So the scene continues on. You have Iron Man, it's kind of like this makeshift, you know, Mark 1 costume. You got Black Widow in this kind of MCU inspired costume. It looks really good, like stealthy. I actually really enjoy the costume a whole bunch. Then it cuts on over to, you know, them yelling at Bruce saying, hey man, you kind of put us in a situation because of some things that you said. Then we get a back and forth of Bruce and Iron Man going back and forth at each other, and there's gonna be some really interesting team conflict within here amongst all the Avengers, which I would expect, especially with all the time that's passed, everything that's happened. And of course we see a mid-transformation of looks like Bruce Banner getting pissed off, and looks like we're gonna have a small little rumble cutscene of the Hulk versus Iron Man, and this is just, oh, it's classic, it's awesome. And then we get a great little glimpse, if you don't know what that is, it's a very iconic scene, even from the MCU, of the Hulk Buster armor. So it looks like Iron Man actually calls it out from a different portion of the room, and it actually shoots onto his arm, collapses on, and he hits him with it. That is the Hulk Buster arm. Then we get introduced into some more aimbots that we're going to be fighting within the game. Looks like one that's pretty good with defense as well, having a weapon, almost like a Fight Club thing going on here, trying to bust in. And you have your standard aimbots there as well, which be like your standard attacking ones. They won't be anything too serious. And then the Adaptoids, they look crazy. We have some speed people in there. We also were fighting against different AIM people as well, so there's all kinds of different villains we're going to face within this game. Then we get to see Abomination, we get to see some different costumes and some cutscenes. Again, if you can't tell there, really quickly with like it looks like Thor and Miss Marvel, you can see they're wearing their Stark Tech costumes, so they're a little bit more cybertronic and really more flashy. Then we get Star Booster Tony, and we have a horde of freaking aimbots. That was kind of crazy. I can't wait to play this. If there's like a horde mode, that would be freaking epic. That would be absolutely cool. You can kind of traverse in a Spider-Man like manner with Miss Marvel here with her embiggen and stretching abilities, which is also really dope. And we get some more gameplay scenes within different costumes of the characters using their powers, and it looks fantastic. Graphics are beautiful. I don't want to hear, oh, this looks like a PS3 game, kid design suck. Like, come on, people. Like, this game looks absolutely amazing. I know tons of games that come out for the PS4 and they look like crap, like true garbage. So don't even compare. This game looks absolutely fantastic. You got your own opinions, yes you do, but this game looks top notch. Stop being a crybaby about it. Don't get it if you don't like it, just being honest, right? So we get a couple more cutscenes, and then we get a kind of big shot at MODOK kind of using his powers. So this is going to be, again, the main antagonist of the game, and I think this is actually really cool. Then it cuts to the logo. So overall, this first trailer had some interesting things in there, really focusing in on the story. But let's go over to the second trailer. Now here over at the other trailer, being the co-op Warzone's trailer, this is something I was actually really excited about because I wanted to see more of the Warzone actual mode. So this is actually really exciting for me because, again, I'll be playing this online with friends, subscribers, because I do want to stream this here on the channel. So let's dive into this one. Again, it's going to pop off with the rating T for teens, Crystal Dynamic, and all the other logos. It's going to jump into a quick scene of, it looks like another story mode or even just basic mission of aimbots AIM soldiers kind of going in and attacking the city. And of course, it's like a reporter is kind of covering the news. Again, we have standard aimbots doing their thing. We have some Inhumans in the background kind of doing their thing as well. And of course, it's a small little cutscene of Kamala Khan with Black Widow, Bruce Banner, and Thor in his volunteer costume, which we get to see in live action for the first time, which looks pretty dang on epic. And then we get another, again, a little small cutscene of those same scenes we saw from the original story trailer, but a little bit more in depth talking about the Inhuman characters. We have some more aimbots here that look a little bit more sturdier, a little bit more on the defensive side. So again, we're going to have different types of adaptoids, different types of aimbots and aim villains in here. And again, you have a nice little walk-in scene of the helicarrier and the actual war table. Now, I want to look at this for just a second. This covers most of the U.S., Utah Badlands, which is actually really interesting because I live in Utah. You have the Pacific Northwest, the helicarrier, the Eastern Seaboard, and some other locations that has not been set yet. So you have one that says campaign, and that usually has the Avengers 8 logo on it. The rest will have different things. And it's really cool because right here you can see the mission details. This one is on the Eastern Seaboard region, 12 available, controlled by AIM, one of the last cities that still hold out hope for the Avengers. So it looks like there is a campaign mission, that's a rescue mission, another campaign mission, a high value target mission, and a rescue mission. And there's a couple more in there. So that's actually really cool that it separates it by these different areas, and you can do the specific missions depending on what you would like to do. So if you want to do a rescue mission where you rescue a certain Inhuman, you can run in with the full team and rescue that Inhuman. I think that's actually really, really cool. Now, with all that being said, it jumps into, once you click on it, you'll actually be on the Eastern Seaboard and you can see all those missions laid out. Now, again, of course, the ones with the A's are going to be the story missions. Then you'll have the other ones which represent other missions that you can do within that area. Then, of course, this will be like your loading screen when you're jumping to the mission that you've selected with your friends. So it looks like on this one, we have the classic Hulk costume with the actual Crystal Dynamics Iron Man. Same thing with Kamala Khan, I'm sorry, and of course Volunteer Thor. So all looks absolutely fantastic. This is where you can customize and play your way. So the customization looks freaking dope. Again, we've seen a lot of this in previous trailers and gameplay clips, but you can see just by selecting different gear pieces, different costumes, you can customize your Iron Man to your liking. Simple costume change, it looks freaking amazing. Different gear will have different buffs and different abilities. We can always say this for another video if you guys do want to get a good breakdown of all this stuff, but absolutely amazing. My girl Black Widow looking fantastic, and if you just switch a couple things, kind of take off this level 1 gear, you can have some really dope stuff changing up her appearance, as well as you can also change your card in the corner, and it changes your ratings as well through all the things that you attach on with the Golden Widow bikes. It just looks super cool. It looks super dope, and I can't wait to see more. Actually, this gets you actually an adapt buff, which actually gives you a 20% chance to access weak points. That's freaking cool. So I would definitely want to see more what they can do. Again, you'll have, kind of Volunteer Thor. He's wearing a more of a costume in this situation because it looks like here he's wearing Asgardian gear as far as the actual gear portion. And then you can kind of select what you would like to wear to again boost up your abilities. Then we get a small little cutscene of the Quinjet kind of dropping you off for your mission. So this is what you're going to see for every single mission. Again, we get a great glimpse at a couple costumes. So I want to slow it down just a little bit more in this situation because we get to see some really cool stuff here that I do not want you guys to miss. So it's going to kick it off with kind of the same costumes we just saw a minute ago in the helicarrier. You'll have Black Widow rocking this kind of light blue and white costume. Iron Man rocking this classic, maybe Mark 1, Mark 2 costume. I can't really tell what Hulk's is back here. But then you'll see the costume will change once he stands up. Be the more classic Iron Man costume, but not the latest one. You'll see that Hulk's changes a little bit, and so does Black Widow's to the ones that they customize. And you have Star Booster. You'll see hers change a little bit too. It just looks so good. Sin City costume, and then Kamala Khan has her own kind of like civilian look, and then also we get another look at Hulk in another costume, which is his classic costume, I believe. I'm sorry I said costume so much. There's just so much to break down here, but absolutely looks dope. You can really customize your Iron Man to play your way and look your way depending on what you would like to do. And of course, you can see that you'll have different enemies that you're facing off against, aerial combos, ground combos, different characters. Like, there's tons you can do while people are flying around. Some people are grounded. It's actually looking freaking amazing. And you'll see that there is different abilities, like Iron Man's iconic Iron Man 2 move here. And one thing they did point out during the stream is you'll see that Thor is charging up a little blast here, which actually does give a buff to Iron Man. So it looks like when you do certain abilities within the game, you'll get a great boost to your character, your surrounding teammates. It's just gonna be great for those co-op missions and those Warzone missions that might be a little bit tougher if you needed more health or a little more damage on some characters. So that is freaking cool. Looks like there's even some possible bomb missions. Like, dude, real superhero stuff that I can't wait to see. And I cannot wait to dive into some more. We get to see Miss Marvel doing her thing with her embiggen ability, fighting some of those villains. And also, if you guys did not know, there is tag moves or co-op super moves, whatever you would like to say. There's some great stuff where you and your partner or player can actually pair up to do a great takedown together, which always looks freaking amazing. So you get some really cool gameplay clips of Black Widow doing her thing. We'll kind of speed up just a little bit here. So you guys can see a little bit more. Explosions are everywhere. Guns with Black Widow, those do reload, by the way. And we get another glimpse back at the table. Now, one thing I did want to point out, you do upgrade the helicarrier as you go. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but Captain America's shield's right back there. That's a pretty cool little Easter egg. I like that. But as you kind of work on the helicarrier, you'll see more people are in there. Rebuild it, make it your own home. This is, again, your epicenter of the actual story. And of course, you'll meet the Resistance on the way. They will actually be at the anthill, known as, you know, Pym's location. And of course, shield is a thing as well. So again, assemble the Resistance. This game is called Reassemble. So you'll have classic Thor doing his thing. You'll have Hulk jumping around. There's just so much traversing that every character can do. That'll actually be really interesting if anyone's using Captain America or Black Widow. Like, hopefully they can get around a little bit quicker. I know Captain America's pretty fast, but Black Widow is kind of average on you know, I know she's peak physical, but again, she's pretty average. So again, more costumes here, lock you into your missions. And again, I guess this will be kind of your board of, you know, how your missions will be. More aimbots, kind of breaking that down into some more gameplay, which always looks fantastic. I'll skip forward just a little bit. Looks like we got a great little cutscene of Iron Man kind of customizing some of his suits or new possible armor, trying to fix that, make everything look good. Might be like a customization cutscene or something if you build new gear. We get a great little glimpse of some dual takedowns, classic Thor, and then we get a super sweet cameo of Nick Fury. Now, this Nick Fury looks a little bit young. I like it. It looks like still the Ultimate Comics Nick Fury, younger Nick Fury, if anything. It looks fantastic. I love the design, like nothing else to say. It's Nick Fury. He's confirmed to be in the game, at least in some kind of capacity, mostly for story. I don't see him being a playable character. Of course, you get more gameplay of Kamala Khan in her iconic costume or her new kind of superhero casual wear. Same thing with the rest of the characters here as well. I cannot wait to jump into the Warzone missions. They look absolutely incredible, especially if you have rescue, standard, and more. And this is where you get to see an actual good glimpse of her embiggen ability. Now, she gets absolutely huge right there. I wish we could see more of it. But it's totally fine. I can't wait to play this game and really dive into it, guys. But that'll be the big gist of it for this actual video and all the information we have for this one. I have another video dropping in just a little bit here talking about some information we may have missed, but we get a great little cameo of the Hulk Buster. I can't believe I almost forgot about this. The Hulk Buster suit. I'm guessing this will be an ability. They haven't confirmed this yet. I'm guessing it'll be an ability, but it looks epic and it is customizable. You can customize the Hulk Buster suit. So, yo, I'm excited. This was absolutely amazing. I'm sorry for a longer video, but I wanted to break down both trailers and kind of point out some things that I definitely thought was cool. And if you guys see anything that I missed, let me know in the comments down below. Like, jump on the comments and let me know if I missed anything. This game looks amazing. I'm beyond hyped. You know, Crystal Dynamics, like, you guys absolutely showed out today. Continue it, man. I'm excited to see what you guys do next. I'm excited for the next War Table stream. I will see you guys all next time. Thank you guys for watching. Like up the video, subscribe for more. And this has been your boy Infamous, and I am out.